So for Spring 14 we concentrated on our classic line. So the Mammut Rope collection is classified in 3 different lines. We have the CoatingFinish line, which is our high-end ropes. Then we have the SuperDry line, which is our middle-priced ropes. Both of these lines are dry-treated ropes. And below that we have our classic line. These are untreated ropes, so these are ropes for gym climbing, sport climbing, untreated ropes, as I said, so you shouldn't take them in the alpine where you touch snow or whatever. And for Spring 14 we totally concentrated in reworking the classic line. In the past we used to have 3 different models here, now it's 4, so we have a 9.5, a 9.8, a 10.0 and a 10.2. These ropes are all made in Switzerland, like all of the Mammut's ropes are. So here we have the 7.5 Twilight. The 7.5 Twilight is the thinnest half rope available on the market. All Mammut double ropes are certified as twin and half ropes. So in the past this used to be our twin rope, now it's also certified as a half rope. And with a diameter of 7.5 it's the thinnest half rope out there. This rope addresses alpinists who seek for the most lightweight double rope available. A lot of our sponsored athletes, like for instance David Lama, who was the first to free climb Cerro Torre, uses this rope. It comes in the CoatingFinish line, so it's a dry treated double rope that uses only high-end raw materials. Next to it we have the 8.5 Genesis. That's an absolute Mammut classic. We've been doing this rope for a long time now and it still works pretty well. With a diameter of 8.5 millimeter, it's one of the thicker double ropes, so it offers extra safety margins. This is a rope that especially mountain guides like to use when they are out with clients, as it, as I said, offers additional safety margins. Now coming to the single ropes in the CoatingFinish line, we have the 8.7 Serenity, one of the thinnest single ropes out there. The Serenity is triple certified, so it classifies as a single rope, half rope and twin rope. This rope is for high-end sport climbing, on-sighting long routes in southern Spain, southern France. Routes tend to be longer and longer, so weight is becoming a crucial factor here. And so our athletes, like for instance Jakob Schubert, who is the current world champion, really enjoy climbing with this rope when they are on-site climbing. Here we have the 9.5 Infinity, another absolute Mammut classic. That's maybe the most favorable rope of all of our sponsored athletes when it comes to a very versatile rope that you can use for sport climbing, but also for really hardcore multi-pitch sport climbing. Then we have the 10.2 Super Safe Evo. It's a really strong rope that has a high 4 rating, offers great safety margins. Here we have the 9.3 Finesse. That's a rope that features a really special sheath construction, which allows for a really smooth handling. And yeah, all these ropes come with Mammut's CoatingFinish technology, so this means we are using high-end raw materials here, and in addition we equip those with our SuperDry treatment. So these are all water and dirt repellent. We braid the rope on our braiding machines in our rope factory, and then the rope runs through the treatment, but it's really soaked with the treatment, and just afterwards it runs through a heating process so that the treatment really applies to both sheath and core of the rope. Here in the middle we have the SuperDry line. We have the 8.0 Phoenix, which is a twin and half rope that we've been doing for years and years. Again, this is for alpine climbing, multi-pitch climbing, wherever you seek for a good compromise between weight but still enough safety margin regarding diameter. Then we have the 9.2 Revelation. Again, this is a really lightweight and durable sport climbing rope. 9.8 Tusk, classical rope that ranges from gym climbing to sport climbing. We have the Galaxy at a diameter of 10 mil. We have the Gravity diameter 10.2. These are both ropes that I would say address more the beginner who is looking for a really durable but still comfortable rope to climb on. Here we have the 9/8 transformer. This is a special rope as we are using fibers here for both sheath and core that are recycled. It's the same construction than the Tusk, the only difference being the fibers that we use. This is the 10.0 sensor. It's absolutely world first. It's the first rope that has both visible and tactile markings. So the black dots that you can see here, those are tactile markings that we use in the middle and towards both endings of the ropes. And these markings help to not only see when the end of the rope is coming near, but also feel it. So this adds in a lot of safety, as most of today's accidents while climbing is if the lead climber is lowered off over the end of the rope. And here the belayer clearly feels when the end of the rope is coming near, and so he feels that he has to pay extra attention now. And down here, as I already mentioned, these are our new classic lines for Spring 14. So again, this is the 9.5 Infinity Classic, 9.8 Eternity Classic, 10.0 Galaxy Classic and the 10.2 Gravity Classic. These are our untreated price entry ropes that range from gym climbing to sport climbing, wherever you don't need a dry treated rope. The treatment process itself is pretty much the same. The two differences here is raw material that we use. Well, it's all polyamide 6 that we use for our ropes, as everybody else is. But even among polyamide 6 there is differences in quality. So here we are using only really the high-end fibers. And the second difference is that we are using a slightly different treatment chemistry on the SuperDry line and on the CoatingFinish line. It's mostly durability. Up here we usually have higher fall ratings than on the SuperDry ropes. So for example, if you compare a 9.3 CoatingFinish rope to a 9.2 SuperDry rope, so it's more or less the same diameter, but still here we have higher fall ratings, and those result from these high-end raw materials that we use. In case of a fall, you know, the rope stretches and the fibers have to work against each other, and these high-end materials that we use here, they reduce the friction between the fibers. And so these ropes handle a little smoother and also have these higher fall ratings.